Two seriously ill patients shared the same hospital room. One of the patients had the bed by the room's only window, and the other patient had his bed by the door. The patient next to the window was allowed to sit up in his bed, but the other patient spent most of his time on his back because he was too weak. He could only really sit up for an hour a day, but even so he couldn't see out of the window. The two patients talked for hours together about their families, their jobs, their holidays, and their interests. The patient next to the window would pass the time by describing to his friend all the things he could see outside the window. The window overlooked a park with a beautiful lake. There were geese, ducks, herons, and swans that played on the water while children played ball games and flew kites on the grass. There were people jogging, cycling, walking, skateboarding, and there was a yoga class on one of the grassed areas near the bandstand. This was a majestic park, full of life with magnificent trees, flowers, beds, and a busy cafe and a play area. The benches were always in use with people that sat reading or local office workers eating their lunch. As the man described his view from the window in glorious detail, the man on the other side of the room would close his eyes and imagine the delightful scene. One balmy afternoon, the patient by the window described a parade passing through the park. Although the other man could not hear the band, he could see the parade in his mind's eye as the patient by the window painted a detailed picture with his eloquent words. Sadly, one morning, a nurse found the patient by the window had passed away peacefully in his sleep. This was a shock to his friend, although not unexpected, as he knew his friend was very ill. After a couple of days, the other patient asked the nurse if he could be moved to the next window, which they were happy to do. He was desperate to see out of the window, and when he managed to prop himself up to take a look, he was amazed that the view wasn't a park that his friend had described. It was a brick wall. The patient asked the nurse why his friend would have chosen to describe in detail a park that wasn't actually there. The nurse responded that the man was blind and he could not even see the wall. She said perhaps he just wanted to encourage you.